Hello? Hey, Kathy, good. How are you?
Caitlyn, I just want to personally congratulate you on being named captain for the 20. All the best to the whole team tomorrow in the Tuesday in the Commissioner Cup final.
Yeah, we better get that dub, Kathy.
The greatest myth in women's basketball just crumbled. And the numbers didn't whisper it, they screamed it to the world. For nearly 2 years, sports media pushed one bold, relentless narrative.
Some in the media even do investigative journalism and claim that Angel Reese is the face of the WNBA because she leads the league in followers on social media, along with missed layups and a complete lack of athleticism. Of course, the vast majority of her followers are bots and lonely men, most of which are not buying tickets or watching her games on television because they can't afford the 5 pesos a month to watch the Chicago Bravado on WNBA League Pass.
Hi, Angel. David Moses with the Biggest Media. Last year, you made a powerful statement saying the reason people are watching women's basketball is not just because of one player, but because of you too. A year later, do you feel like you're
Next
getting
question. Yeah, we'll move on. Thank you. Move on to Zoom.
There's a supposed, people keep telling me, supposed second most popular player in the league that doesn't look like the second most popular player at all. And in fact, a rookie I have been touting that is playing better than Angel Reese, Kiki Arifin. Well, basketball fans are showing up and they have got her voted ahead of Angel right now. Angel is not in the top 10. Enough to tell you where Angel Reese's place is. Well, it's 13th place. And I can tell you right now, Jonquel Jones ought to be ahead of her.
There is obviously no way Angel can compare to Caitlyn Clark as a shooter or a passer. And there is no way Angel can live up to her dynamic social media / podcast presence as a shooter or a passer or even a shot blocker. She's blocked only 2 shots so far this season. She doesn't even do that.
That Angel Reese wasn't just a rising star, she was the centerpiece. They painted her as the face of the WNBA's future, the engine of its revival. She was front and center on commercials, on podcast thumbnails, and glossy magazine shoots. Analysts echoed the same script on repeat. She's the one carrying the torch.
Caitlyn, we saw obviously the results for the AllStar Game. I know you're more about winning, but still that's got to be a little bit meaningful for you considering you're still so new to the league.
Yeah, no, obviously it's cool, and it's cool that fans get to be a part of it and have a little impact on the game. And then I think also it's going to be really special to be able to do it here in this city. And I think there's already been so much time and effort put in by so many people that aren't going to get credit for what they did to bring AllStar here. So, trying to make it the best AllStar the WNBA's ever had. I know we'll certainly do that, but also, it is certainly a cool honor for sure. I mean, obviously I'm going to try to get my teammates on my team. Why wouldn't I? That's obviously the goal. And, once they come out with whoever has made it and whoever hasn't, I guess I get to pick and choose. I don't really know how it works. I guess I just found out 2 hours ago, but obviously my first goal will certainly be able to have my teammates on my team. So absolutely.
And anyone who questioned it, silenced by the avalanche of headlines and hype. From ESPN segments to social media campaigns, the story was set in stone. Reese was the future, so accept it or be left behind. But then, reality happened. The 2025 WNBA All-Star ballots dropped, and the scoreboard didn't just tilt, it flipped the entire narrative on its head. Caitlyn Clark didn't just lead the votes, she dominated them. 1.3 million fan votes, a league-shattering record, more than the next 9 All-Stars combined.
Caitlyn Clark received 1,293,526 votes. Collier received 1,176,020 votes. Wow. That's a hell of a lot of votes. It is.
Now this should come in no surprise, man. Caitlyn Clark broke all voting mechanisms. Now this should come as no surprise. Caitlyn Clark set the WNBA All-Star votes on fire. Yet another year, back-to-back years, Caitlyn Clark has received the most WNBA votes to be named an All-Star. And we should have all seen this coming. This shouldn't even be like a big thing. I'm telling you about it right now.
2023, get this, guys. In 2023, the year before Caitlyn Clark's arrival, received the most fan votes with 95,860 votes. The top 30 players had combined for 1,171,000 votes. Wow. Fewer than Caitlyn Clark or Collier got by themselves this time around. Wow. That's Caitlyn Clark. That's the Caitlyn Clark phenomenon right there. That is a perfect example.
And Angel Reese, she didn't just fall short, she fell out of frame. 13th place, just above the cut line, barely 500,000 votes. For someone marketed as the main event, it was a brutal reality check. Then came the league's call. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert picked up the phone, dialed Indiana, and said 4 words that echoed louder than any box score. Caitlyn, you're the captain. Not just an acknowledgement, a torch passed. And with it, the myth officially over. So now the league has a question to answer. How do you reconcile months of glowing Reese headlines with a fan vote that barely put her in the top 15?
They continue to talk a good game instead of being about a good game. This is fan voting. This is literally vote for who you are a fan of. Vote for who you're a fan of, or vote for who you think is most worthy. Vote for who you're a fan of. Vote for who you think is most worthy. Vote for who you think are the stars in this league. Angel Reese fans, you guys aren't fans of her? You don't think she's most worthy? You don't think she's a star in this league?
Angel Reese is the most unskilled basketball player in the history of basketball, in my opinion. She has energy, she has an attitude, she'll rebound you the basketball. Great. Nothing else. She has nothing. She's got self-awareness. She knows that she's not a very good basketball player.
The greatest myth in the WNBA dump has officially been exposed. The myth of all myths, the deception of deception. For the better part of 2 years, maybe even 3 years, the mainstream media has been trying to convince us that Angel Reese is a huge star.
The truth is, you can't. Because fans don't vote with narratives. They vote with their eyes, and they see everything. Let's talk performance. Raw, undeniable performance. Caitlyn Clark isn't just participating in games. She's rewriting their script. She's hitting logo threes like they're free throws, running 5-out offenses like a veteran floor general, leading the league in assists while still averaging 20+ points a night. Her presence alone shifts defensive schemes. Her gravity bends the court like a black hole, pulling everything toward her. She's not just scoring, she's sculpting basketball history. Meanwhile, Angel Reese? She's hustling, no doubt, crashing the boards, bringing energy, but numbers don't lie. She's shooting under 31% from the field. Her free throws hover in the high 50s. She's racking up rebounds, yes, but half of them come from chasing her own missed layups. There's effort, sure, but efficiency, not even close. In a league that demands versatility, Reese is still stuck in hustle mode, and fans are paying attention. They see Clark out there dropping 7 threes a game, threading impossible passes in transition, commanding double teams at half court, while Reese, struggling to stretch beyond 8 feet, often boxed out by defenders who dare her to shoot. It's not hate, it's evidence. This is a league that thrives on data, and Reese's numbers just don't hold up. And yet, the media machine kept pumping. Reese was still the poster child. Forbes labeled her a growth engine. Every 12-point night was rebranded as a breakout performance. The hype refused to match the film. Meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark, she stayed quiet, stayed locked in, didn't beg for attention, just earned it. And earned is the key word, because Clark's stats aren't just impressive, they're historic. 45% from the field, nearly 40% from deep. Approaching 200 made threes before the AllStar break, unheard of. She's elevating Indiana from mediocrity to must-watch TV. Even her teammates are eating better, because her presence creates space for everyone. Reese, she's still stuck in the post with limited range, predictable moves, and defensive liabilities. And opposing coaches, they know. They sag off her, crowd the paint, force her to shoot. And more often than not, the shot clanks off the rim. Chicago's net rating drops when she's on the floor. That's not opinion, that's data. And fans, they don't need Stephen A. Smith to tell them what they just saw. They saw Clark drag her team to wins, while Reese struggled to make an impact even when Clark was off the court. They saw Clark hit dagger threes, orchestrate dazzling plays, while Reese's most viral moment of the season was a 4-point night against the Fever. So no, this isn't jealousy, it's clarity. 1.3 million fans voted with purpose. They chose brilliance over branding, execution over exposure, impact over image. This wasn't a fan poll, it was a performance audit, a referendum, and Reese, for all her promo campaigns, didn't pass. Because here's the brutal truth. You can't manufacture superstardom. You earn it with stats, wins, and unforgettable moments. Clark checks every box, and then some. Reese? She checked billboards, not box scores. Now the WNBA has to listen.
Caitlyn Clark broke all voting mechanisms. Now, this should come as no surprise. Caitlyn Clark set the WNBA All-Star votes on fire. Yet another year, back-to-back years, Caitlyn Clark has received the most WNBA votes to be named an All-Star. And we should have all seen this coming. This shouldn't even be like a big thing, but I'm telling you about it right now because the world has reacted to young CC taking over everything. Now, this right here is going to break the internet. The WNBA actually dropped this information about 5 minutes ago on their X account, letting the world know that Caitlyn Clark has received the most votes and the stage is set for the 2025 WNBA All-Star Game. And I'm here to tell you, your boy John Liquidator is going to be in the building for sure at this game. It is going to be a lit situation in Indy, home of the Indiana Fever. But let's head on over to X.
There are two key WNBA players that are on a different level than the rest of the WNBA. And when it comes to Caitlyn Clark, she's even another step up from the person that finished second. But look, it'd be irresponsible of me not to mention Nafisi Collier in all this because, well, she got over 1.1 million votes herself for the All-Star Game. She was number 2, which tells you exactly how freaking many votes Caitlyn Clark got. Because Caitlyn was first. We'll get to that in a second, but here we are, right here. Caitlyn Clark and Nafisi Collier named the 2025 AT&T WNBA All-Star Game team captains.
One, Caitlyn scores more points, has more assists, has more rebounds, and her team wins more, and her effective field goal percentage is the same as Paige's. Paige doesn't shoot many threes, but yeah, the fans are, and I don't even mean the fans, I mean the Hatelens. The Hatelens. Now, we know what they are. There's no point calling them fans. But actually, you know what? No. I think there is a good point in calling them fans, because that's what they are. They are fans. They are Caitlyn's second biggest fan group, because they are watching every single game. Like, if the Hatelens are watching every single game, they are, like, going out of their way to watch. Obviously, they're watching every single game. They're tweeting about Caitlyn on a daily basis. So they might be your second biggest fan group, but they're not happy. They're not happy. Rigged public vote, who cares? I pity the players she selects on her team. There's a lot of semi-viral tweets, and I mean, I wish these people that get these viral tweets actually, voted for the All-Star Game.
Because this isn't just about All-Star Weekend anymore. It's about the future of the league, the momentum, the ratings, the sponsorships. It's all riding on real talent, and Clark is carrying all of it on one pair of very bruised legs. And that's the danger, because if the league keeps rolling her out half healthy to chase gate revenue, if officials don't start protecting her from dirty hits, if repeat offenders don't get real suspensions, One bad fall could kill the momentum she built with blood, sweat, and logo threes. The league is playing with fire, and the fuse is getting shorter. This voting result, it wasn't just a celebration of Caitlyn Clark. It was a warning. Fans are done with narratives. They want meritocracy. They want athletes who deliver, not those who are delivered to them. And if the WNBA ignores that message, if it keeps investing in branding over brilliance, they'll lose more than fans. They'll lose the future. So if you're one of the millions who clicked for Clark, if you saw through the spin and chose the one player truly changing the game, hit that like button, drop a double C in the comments so the league hears you, and subscribe because we're breaking the silence that mainstream media protects. One last thing, protect the players who matter or prepare to lose them, because the next headline won't be about record-breaking votes. It'll be about empty seats and a silence that echoes across every forgotten arena.